you. Okay, we're on, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're live.
Much ado about nothing for developing artists. Woo!
Who's everybody?
Um,
I'm Benedict.
I'm Hero.
My baby.
Yeah.
Right here.
that's Claudio, right over there.
Alright.
Beatrice.
I learned in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to see that.
He's very nearby this. He's
Okay, we're on, right? Okay.
So you're live.
Much ado about nothing for developing.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
but few of any sort, and none of name.
Victory fights itself in the achieving some full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on the young Florentine and Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of the lamb the feats of a lion. He hath indeed bettered expectation than you must expect of me to tell you how.
Yet an uncle here, Messina, will be very glad of it.
I have already delivered him letters, and there appears much joy in him, even so much that joy could not show itself modest enough without a badge of
Does he
bitterness.
break out into tears?
In great measure.
Kind of a flow of kindness. There are no faces truer than those that are so watched. How much better it is to weep joy than to joy at weeping.
I pray you, is Senor Montanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There is none of any such in the army of that sort.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua. Oh, he is returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
He set up his bills here in Messina and challenged Cupid at the fight. And my uncle's fool, reading the challenge, subscribed for Cupid and challenged him at the Bird Bolt. I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Senor Benedict too much, but he'll be mean with you. I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You had a musty victual, and he hath hoped to eat it. He is a very valiant gentleman, and he hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, my lady.
And a good soldier to a lady, but what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so, indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. But for the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a kind of merry war betwixt Senor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with 1. So that if he have wit enough to keep himself warm, let him bear it for a difference between himself and his horse, for it is all the wealth that he has left to be known a reasonable creature. Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is possible.
It is very possible. He wears his faith but as the fashion of his hat. It never changes with the next block.
I see, lady, the gentleman is not in your books.
No, anywhere I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion? Is there no young swearer now that would take a voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If he had caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
We will never run mad, niece.
No, not to a hot January.
Oh, Don Pedro is approached.
Good Senor Leonardo, are you come to meet your trouble? The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you can encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace, for trouble being gone, comfort should remain. And when you depart from me, sorrow abides, and happiness takes his leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother had many times told me so. Look.
Were you in doubt?
Oh, that's me, I'm Benedict now. Were you in doubt, sir, that you would ask her?
Senor
Senor Benedict, no, for then you were a child.
You have it full, Benedict. We may guess by this that you are big of man. Truly, the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Senor Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like as she is.
I wonder that you would still be talking, Senor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die? Well, she hath such meat food to feed it as Senor Benedict. Courtesy itself must convert to Disdain if you come in her presence.
Then it's courtesy a turncoat. But it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you accepted, and I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for I truly love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind. So some gentleman or other shall escape a predestined scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse at such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare hare, teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so a good a continuer. But keep your way, God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That is the sum of all. Leonato, Signor Claudio, and Signor Benedict. My dear friend Leonato hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at least a month. And he heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear he is no hypocrite, but prays from his heart.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn. Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Please your grace lead on.
Your hand, Leonato, we will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I notice her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do for my simple true judgment, or would you have me speak after my custom, as being best tired for their sex?
No, I pray thee speak in sober judgment.
I faith methinks she's too low for a high praise, too round for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome, and being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thinkest I in sport? I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her, that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow, or do you play the flouting jack to tell us Cupid is a good hair finder and Vulcan a rare carpenter? Come, what key shall a man take you to go in the song?
In mine eyes, she's the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and she were not possessed with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. I hope you have no interest to turn husband, have you?
Scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary. Hero would be my wife.
Come to this. Faith, had not the world one man, but he will wear his cap with suspicion. Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to it, Faith, and thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays. Look, Don Pedro is returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you called not to lead an auto?
As your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy
You
allegiance.
hear, Count Claudio, I can be secret as a dumb man, I would have you think so, but on my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance, he is in love. With who? Now that is your grace's fault. Mark how short his answer is, with Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
If this were so were it uttered.
Like the old tale, my lord, it is not so, nor 'twas not so, but indeed, God forbid it should be so.
If my passion change not shortly, God forbid it should be otherwise.
Amen, if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
Speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my two faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
But I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die yet at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
I never could maintain his part but in the force of his will.
That a woman deceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I have a red sheet winded in my forehead, or hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. Because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any, I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for which I may go finer, I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee ere I die, look pale with love.
Anger with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love. Prove that either I will lose more blood with love than I will get again with drinking, pick out my eyes with a valor maker's pen, and hang me up at the door of a brothel house with a sign of blind Cupid.
Well, if thou dost ever fall from this faith, thou shalt prove a notable argument.
If I do, hang me on a bottle like a cat and shoot at me, and he that hits me let him be clapped on the shoulder and called at him.
Well, as time shall try, in time the savage bull doth bear the
The
yoke.
savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck off the bull's horns, and set them in my forehead, and let me be vilely painted, and in such great letters as they write, here is good horse to hire, let them signify under my sign, here you may see Benedict, the married man.
If this should ever happen, thou wilt be horn mad.
Nay, if Cupid have not spent all his quiver in Venice, thou wilt quake for this shortly.
I look for an earthquake too.
Well, you will temporize it with the hours. In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, repair to Leonato's, commend me to him, and tell him I will not fail him at supper. For indeed he hath made great preparation.
I have almost matter enough in me for such an embassage, and so I commit you.
To the tuition of God. From my house, if I had it.
The 6th of July, your loving friend, Benedict.
Nay, mark not, the body of your discourse is sometimes guarded with fragments, and the guards are but slightly basted on neither. Ere you flower old ends any further, examine your conscience, and so I leave you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou shalt see how apt it is to learn any hard lessons that may do thee good.
Hath Leonato any son, my lord?
No child but Hero, she's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant, and their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hearing with a book of words. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her. 'Twas not to this end that thou beganst to twist so fine a story.
How sweetly do you do minister to love, that no loves grief by his complexion. But lest my liking too sudden seem, I would have salved it with a longer praise.
What need the bridge much broader than the flood? The fairest grant is the knight's fantasy. Look, what will serve as fit? 'Tis once thou lovest, and I will spit thee with the remedy. I know we shall have revelling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then after to her father will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
How now, brother? Where is my cousin, your son? Hath he provided this music?
He's very busy about it, but brother, I can tell you strange news that you yet dream not of.
Are they good?
As the event stamps them, but they have a good cover. They show well outward. The prince and Count Claudio, walking in a thick pleached alley of mine orchard, were thus much overheard by a man of mine. The prince discovered to Claudio that he loved my niece, your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it this night in a dance. And if he found her accordant, he meant to take the present time by the top and instantly break with you of it.
Not the fellow any wit that told you this?
A good sharp-wit fellow. I will send for him and question him yourself.
No. We will hold it as a dream till it appear itself. But I will acquaint my daughter with all, that she may be the better prepared for an answer. If peradventure this be true, go you and tell her of it. Cousins, you know what you have to do. Oh, I cry you mercy, friend. Go you with me, bless you, and I will use your skill. Good cousin, have a care of this busy time.
What the good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds, therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
When I have heard it, what blessings bring it.
If not a present remedy, at least a patient sufferance.
I wonder that thou, being as thou say'st thou art born understander, goes about to apply a moral medicine to a mortifying mischief. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach, and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy, and tend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make the full show of this till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath ta'en you newly into his grace where it is impossible. You should take true root, but by the fair weather that you make yourself. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. And it better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage to rob my love from any. In this, though I cannot said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied that I am a plain-dealing villain. I am trusted with a muzzle and enfranchised with a clog. Therefore I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? What news, Baraccio?
I came yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonardo, and I give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Would it serve for any model to build mischief on? Would is he for a
All right,
fool
Keanu.
that throws such a
Mary, is it your brother's right hand?
Who's the who? The most exquisite Claudio?
Well, oh wait, yeah, even he.
Proper squire. And who? And who? Which way looks he?
Mary, one hero, the daughter and heir of Leonido.
A very
Leonido.
large teeth. How came you to this?
Being entertained for a perfumer as I was smoking a musty room, comes me the prince and Claudio hand in hand in sad conference. I went me behind the heiress, and there heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo hero for himself, and having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him any way, I bless myself every way. You are both sure and will assist me.
To the death, my lord.
Let's to the great supper. Their cheer is greater that I am subdued. Would the cook were my mind. Shall we go prove what's to be done?
We'll wait upon your lordship! Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I am heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
You are an excellent man. They were made just in the midway between him and Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing, and the other too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
Then half Signor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse, such a man would win any woman in the world if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
Thanks, she's too cursed.
Too cursed is more than cursed. I shall lessen God's sending that way. For it is said, God sends a cursed cow, short horns, but to a cow too cursed, he sends none.
So by being too cursed, God will send you no horn.
Just if he send me no husband, for the which blessing I am at him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I had rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath a beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentleman.
No beard. You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him. Therefore I will even take 6 in earnest to the bear ward, and lead his apes into hell.
Well then, go you into hell.
No, but to the gate. And there will the devil meet me like an old cuckold with horns on his head and say, Get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven. There's no place for you, here's no place for you maids. So I deliver up my apes and away to St. Peter for the heavens. He shows me where the bachelors sit, and there live we as merry as the day is long.
Well, niece, I trust you will be moved by your father.
Yes, faith, it is my cousin's duty to make courtesy and say, Father, as it please you. But yet for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another courtesy and say, Father, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to be overmastered with a piece of valiant dust, to make an account of her life to a clod of wayward moral? No, uncle, I'll none. Adam's sons are my brethren, and truly I hold it a sin to imagine my kindred.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you be not wooed in good time. If the prince be too important, tell him there is measure in everything, and so dance out the answer. For hear me, hero, wooing, wedding, and repenting. It is a Scotch jig, a measure, and a syncopace. The first suit is hot and hasty, like a Scotch jig, and full as fantastical. The wedding, mannerly, modest as a measure, full of state and ancestry, and comes infantry, and then comes repentance, and his bad legs falls into the syncopace faster and faster, till he sink into his grave.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering, brother. Make good room.
Lady, will you walk about, your friend?
So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I may say so when I please.
And when please you to say so?
When I like your favor, for God defend the lute should like be the case.
My visor is Philemon's roof within the house's drove.
Why then your advisor should be thatched.
Speak low if you speak low.
Well,
Wow.
why would you like me?
So will not I, for your sake, for I have many ill qualities.
This is what.
I say my prayers
I
loud.
love you to bad, and the heroes may cry bad.
God match me with a good dancer.
Alright.
God keep him out of my sight when the dance is done. Answer, clerk.
No more words, the clerk is answered.
I know you are. You are Seymour Antonio.
At a word, I am not.
I know you by the waggling of your hand.
To tell you true, I counterfeit
You
him.
could never do him so well unless you were the very man who pierces his stride hand up and down, and you are he, you are he.
At a word, I am not.
Come, do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Go to mum, you are he, graces will appear, and there's man.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are?
Ooh, not now.
That I was disdainful and that I had my good wit out of 100 merry tales? Well, this is Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I am sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he ever make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him, and the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him. I am sure he's in the fleet. I would he had boarded me.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do, but he'll but break a comparison or two on me, which peradventure not marked, not laughed at, strikes him into melancholy. And then there's a partridge wing saved, for the fool will eat no supper that night. We must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Nay, if they lead to any will, I will leave the next turning.
True, my brother is amorous on Hero, and hath withdrawn her farther to break with him about it. The ladies follow her, but one advisor remains.
And that's Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Were you not Signor Benedict?
You know me well, I am he.
No, he. I switch.
Yeah. Signor, you are very near my brother in this love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth. You may do the part of an honest man in it.
How do you know he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
Yeah, so did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight.
Yeah.
Come, let's go to the banquet.
Yes, answer I in the name of Benedict. But hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things save in the opposite affairs of love. Therefore all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself and trust no agent, for beauty is a witch against whose charms faith melteth into blood. This is an accident of hourly proof which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, Hero.
Come, Claudio.
Yes, the same.
Come, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even to the next willow, about your own business, County. What fashion will you wear the garland of? About your neck, like a usurer's chain, or under your arm, like a lieutenant's scarf? You must wear it one way, for the prince has got your hero.
I wish you joy of her.
Right, that's spoken like an honest drover. So they sell bullocks. But did you think the prince would have served you thus?
Pray you leave me.
Oh, now you strike like the blind man. 'Twas the boy that stole your meat, and you'll beat the post.
It will not be, I'll leave you.
Yes, poor hurt fellow, man will creep in the sedges. But that my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me. The prince's fool! Ha! That may be I go under that title because I am married. Yet but so am I apt to do myself wrong. I am not so reputed. It's the base, the bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and so gives me out. I'll do revenge as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Truth, my lord, I played the part of Lady Fang. I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the goodwill of his young lady, and I offered him my company to the willow tree, either to make him a garland as being forsaken, or to bind him up a rod as being worthy to be whipped.
To be whipped? What's his fault?
That transgression of the schoolboy, who being overjoyed at finding a bird's nest, chose his companion, and he steals it.
Wilt thou make a trust to transgression? The transgression is in the stealer.
Yet it had not been missed, the rod had been made, and the garland too, for the garland he might have worn himself, and the rod he might have bestowed on you, who, as I take it, have stolen his bird's nest.
I will but teach them to sing and restore them to the owner.
See the answer you're saying, by my faith, you say honestly.
The lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she was used me past the endurable block. An oak, but with one green leaf on it, would have answered her. My very visor began to assume life and scold her. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was duller than a grape thaw, huddling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance upon me that I stood like a man at a mark with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poniards, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there were no living near her. She would infect to the North Star. I would not marry her, though she were endowed with all that Adam had left him before he transgressed. She would have made Hercules have turned spit, yea, and have cleft his club to make the fire too. Talk not of her. You shall find her the infernal eight, in good apparel. I would to God some scholar would conjure her, for certainly while she is here, a man may live as quiet in hell as in the sanctuary, and people sin upon purpose because they would go thither. So indeed, all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Look, here she comes.
Will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go to the slightest errand now to the antipodes that can devise to send me on. I will fetch you a toothpicker now from the furthest inch of Asia, bring you the length of Prester Johnson's foot. Prester John's foot, fetch you a hair off the great Chan's beard. Do you any embassage to the pygmies, rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy? You have no employment for me?
None but to desire your good company.
Oh, God, sir, here is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come, you have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord, he lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it, a double heart for his single one. Marry, once before he won it of me with false dice, therefore your grace may well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady, you have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, who you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then, sick?
Neither, my lord.
The count is neither sad, nor sick, nor married, nor well, but civil count, civil as an orange, and something that of that jealous complexion.
My faith, lady, I think your blazon to be true, though all be sworn, if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I have broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy. Count, take with me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made me a match, and all grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself for you, and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot stop his mouth with a kiss, and let him not speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord, I thank it, poor fool, it keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Good lord for alliance. Thus goes every one to the world but I, and I am sunburned. I may sit in a corner and cry hey-ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I would rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you? Your father got excellent husbands, if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord, unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear for every day. But I beseech your grace pardon me, I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me, and to be very best becomes you. For out of question, you were born in a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord, my mother cried, but then there was a star danced, and under that I was born. Cousins, God give you joy.
Niece, will you look to those things I told you of?
I cry you mercy, uncle. By your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She is never sad when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For I have heard my daughter say that she hath often dreamt of unhappiness and waked herself of laughter.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
I don't need. She mocks all her words out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Canti Claudio, when mean you go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord, time goes on crutches to love have all his rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence just 7 night, and a time too brief, too, to have all things answered in mind.
Come, you shake the head at so long of breathing. But I warn thee, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. I will in the interim undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have to match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you 3 will be but minister such assistance as I give you direction.
My lord, I have for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watches.
Yeah.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero? I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband. And Benedict is not the unhopeless husband that I know. Thus far can I praise him. He is of a noble strain, of approved valor and confirmed honesty. I will teach you how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict, and I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedict that, in despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me, and I will tell you my drift.
And so the Calcutta should be died.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
A bar and a cross and a payment will be a medicinable to me. I shake it, his pleasure to him, whatsoever comes before his affection is usually bad. How canst thou do him cross his Mary?
Not honestly, my lord, but so convertedly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me with the
Hey, Carmen.
I think I told your lordship a year since how much I am in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman of Hero.
Yeah, I remember.
I can, at any unreasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out our lady's chamber window.
What life is it then to be the death of this marriage?
The poison of that lies in you to temper. Go to you to the prince your brother. Spare not to tell him that he hath wrong dishonor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation do you mightily hold up to a contaminated stale, such a one as Hero.
Who shall make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince to vex Claudio and undo Hero and kill Leonardo. Look you for any other issue.
I'll do this fast and I will endeavor anything.
Go then. Find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro and the Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. Intend a kind of zeal both to the prince and Claudio, as in love your brother's honor, who hath made this match and his friend's reputation, who is thus like to be cozened with the semblance of a maid, that you have discovered thus. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window. Hear me call Margaret Hero, and hear Margaret term me Claudio, and bring them to see this very night before the intended wedding. For in the meantime I will so fashion the matter that Hero shall be absent, and there shall appear such seeming truth of Hero's disloyalty that jealousy shall be called assurance and all the preparation overthrown.
Girl, that's the way the best issue it can. I will put it in practice. Be cunning in your working visit, that
Be constant in the accusation, and my cunning shall not shame me.
I will presently go learn that damn music.
Boy,
What?
in my chamber window lies a book. Bring it hither to me in the orchard.
Now.
Here, sir.
I know that, but I would have the head sent here again. I do not wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife, and now had he rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor, and now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier, and now is he turned to orthography. His words are very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with those eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn by it, but love may transform me to an oyster. And I'll take my oath on it, till he have made an oyster of me, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise or all none. Virtuous or I'll never cheapen her. Fair or I'll never look on her. Mild or come not near me. Noble or not I for an angel. A good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it please God. Ah, the prince and the monsieur love, I will hide in our barrel.
Come, shall we hear this music?
Yea, my good lord, how still the evening is, as hushed on purpose to grace harmony.
See where Benedict hath hidden himself.
Oh, very well, my lord, the music ended. Well fit the hid fox with a pennyworth.
Come, Balthazar, we'll hear that song again.
Oh, good my lord. Type's not so bad. A voice to slander music any more than once.
It is the witness still of excellency to put a strange face on his own perfection. I pray thee sing and let me woo no more.
Because you talk of wooing, I will sing, since many a wooer doth commends his suit to her he thinks not worthy, yet he woos, yet he swear he loves.
Nay, pray thee, come, or if thou wilt hold longer argument, do it in the notes.
Note this before my notes. There's not a note of mine that's worth a noting.
Why, these are very crotchets that he speaks. Notes, forsooth, and nothing.
Now, divine air, now is his soul ravished. Is it not strange that sheep's guts should hail souls out of men's bodies? Well, a horn for my money when all's done.
Son of my lady, son of my man, with zebras, everyone from Seaman, Sherman, never. The son is of let him go, and you a blind body. Converting all yourselves of woe to hey, naughty, naughty.
Hey,
Naughty,
naughty,
naughty.
naughty.
Hey, naughty, naughty. Sing no more ditties, sing no more dumps, dull and heavy, fraud of men said dumps. Fraud of men was ever so, thus, for the summer first was heavy. The son is so, let him go, and you the blind body, converting all your wounds of woe. Hey, naughty, naughty.
Truth. Great song.
And an ill singer, my lord.
No. Faith, thou sings well enough for the retard.
He had been a dog that should have followed us. They would have hanged him. And I pray God his bad voice bode no mischief. And as Leaf had heard the night raven come up, plague could have come after it.
Yea, Mary, dost thou hear, Balthasar? I pray thee give us some excellent music, for tomorrow night you shall have it at Lady Hero's chamber window.
The best I can, my lord.
Do so, farewell. Come hither, Leonato. What was it you told me of today, that your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
Oh, I stuck on the foul sits. I did never think the lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither, but most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she had in all outward behavior had seemed ever to abhor. It's possible. It's the wind in that corner.
Oh, by my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection, and it is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Oh, God, counterfeit? There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why? What effects of passion shows she?
I thought, well, this fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How? I pray you amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this is a gull, but that the white-bearded fellow speaks it. Neither cannot sure hide himself with such reverence.
Yeah, tame the affection. Hold it up.
Has she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears that she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed, so your daughter says. Shall I, says she, have so often countered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
This says that she now, when she is beginning to write to him, for she'll be up 20 times a night, and there will she sit in her smock till she have writ a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Now you talk of a sheet of paper. I remember a pretty jest your daughter told us of.
Oh, when she had read it, was reading it over, she found Benedict and Beatrice between the sheet.
That?
Oh, she tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence and railed at herself that she would be so immodest to write one that she knew would flout her. I measure him, says she, by my own spirit, for I should flout him if he writ to me. Yea, though I love him, I should.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses, oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She doth indeed, my daughter says so, and the ecstasy hath so much overborne her that my daughter is sometime afeard she would do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
It were good that Benedict knew of it by some other, she will not discover it.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should it were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but loving Benedict.
Oh, my lord, wisdom and blood combating in so tender a body, we have 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory. I am sorry for her, as I have just caused, being her uncle and her guardian.
I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have daffed all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you, tell Benedict of it, and hear what it will say.
Were it good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die, for she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known. And she will die if he woo her, rather than she will bate one breath of her accustomed process.
She doth well. If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it, for the man, as you know, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
Before God and in my mind very wise,
And he doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
and I take him to be a balance.
That's Hector, I assure you. And in the managing of quarrels, you may say he is wise, for either he avoids them with great discretion, or undertakes them with a most Christian-like fear.
If ye do fear God, it must necessarily keep peace. If ye break the peace, ought to enter into a quarrel with fear and trembling.
And so he will do, for the man doth fear God, howsoever it seems not in him by some large jests he will make. Well, I am sorry for your niece. Shall we go seek Benedick and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will further hear of it by your daughter. Let it cool a while. I love Benedick well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If you do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be spread the same net for her as that must your daughter and her gentlewoman carry. Sport will be when they hold out one opinion of another's dotage, and no such matter. That's the scene that I would see, which will merely be a dumb show. Let us send to her and call him in to dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me. It must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I receive the love come from her. They say, too, that she will rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear their detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady's fair. Is the truth I can bear them witness and virtuous? 'Tis so, I can reprove it. I cannot reprove it, and wise, but for loving me, and my troth it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument for folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me because I have railed so long against marriage, but does not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth, and he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain all a man from the career of his humor? No, the world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner.
Here, Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for these thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure then in the message?
Yea, just so much as you may take upon a knife's point, and choke a doll withal. You have no stomach, senor? Very well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner. Is there no meaning in that? I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. That's as much to say, any pains that I take for you is as easy as thanks. If I do not take pity of her, I am a villain. If I do not love her, I am a Jew. I will go get her.
Shakespeare hates you.
I will go get her picture.
Good Margaret, run thee to the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice proposing with the Prince and Claudio. Whisper her in her ear, and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheardst us, and bid her steal into the pleached bower where honeysuckles, ripened by the sun, forbid the sun to enter like favourites, made proud by princes that advance their pride against the power that breeded. There will she hide her, to listen to our purpose. This is thy office. Fare thee well in it, and leave us alone.
I'll make her come, I warrant you presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must be only of Benedick. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedick is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made that only wounds by hearsay. Now begin, for look where Beatrice like a lapwing runs close by the ground to hear our conference.
The pleasantest angling is to see the fish cut with her golden oars or the silver stream, and greedily devour the treacherous bait. So angle we for Beatrice, who even now is couched in the woodbine coverture. Hear you not my part of the dialogue.
Then go we near her, that her ear lose nothing of the false sweet bait that we lay for it. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock.
But are you sure that Benedick loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded him, if they loved Benedick, to wish him wrestle with affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Does not the gentleman deserve as full, as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on. And her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape nor project of affection, she is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so. And therefore certainly it were not good she knew his love, lest she'll make sport of it.
While you speak the truth, I never yet saw a man, how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured, but she would spell him backward. If fair-faced, she would swear the gentleman should be her sister. If black, why nature drawing of an Attic made a foul blot. If tall, a lance ill-headed. If low, an agate very vilely cut. If speaking, why a vein blown with all the winds. If silent, why a block moved with none. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which simpleness and merit purchaseth.
Sure, such carping is not commendable.
No, not to be so odd and from all fashions as Beatrice is cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into error. Or she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit, and therefore let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away inside, waste inwardly. It were a better death than dying with mocks, which is as bad as dying with tickling.
Can't tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No, rather I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion. And truly, I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One does not know how much an ill word may empoison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment. Having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
He is the only man of Italy. Always accepted, my dear Claudia.
I pray you, be not angry with me, madam. Speaking my fancy, Signor Benedict for shape, for bearing, argument, and valor, goes foremost in report through Italy.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn it, ere he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day tomorrow. Come, go in, I'll show thee some attires, and have thy counsel, which is the best to furnish me tomorrow.
She's lined, I warrant you. We have caught her, madam.
If it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell. Maiden pride, adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. Benedict, love on, I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
I do but stay till your marriage be consummate, and then I go toward Aragon.
I'll bring you thither, my lord, if you'll vouchsafe me.
Nay, that would be as great a soil in the new gloss of your marriage as to show a child his new coat and forbid him to wear it. I will only be bold with Benedict for his company. For from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot he is all mirth. He hath twice or thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, and the little hangman dare not shoot at him. He hath a heart as sound as a bell, and his tongue is the clapper. For what his heart thinks, his tongue speaks.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So say I, methinks you are a setter.
I hope you be in love.
Hang him, truant. There's no true drop of blood in him to be touched truly with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
Draw it.
Hang it.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. You must hang it first.
Just take it first and draw it afterwards.
What? Sign for the toothache.
Where is but a humor but or a worm?
Well, everyone can master a grief but he that has it.
Yes, say I, he is in love.
No, there is no appearance of fancy in him, unless it be a fancy that he hath to strange disguises, as to be a Dutchman today, a Frenchman tomorrow, or in the shape of two countries at once, as a German from the waist downward all slops, and a Spaniard from the hip upward no doublet. Unless he have a fancy to this foolery, as it appears he hath, he is no fool for fancy, as you would have it appear he is.
If he be not in love with some woman, there is no believing old signs. It brushes his hats in morning. What should that bode?
Hath any man seen him at the barber's?
No, but the barber's man hath been seen with him, and the old ornament of his cheek hath already stuffed tennis balls.
Indeed, he looks younger than he did by the loss of a beard.
Nay, rubs himself with civet. Can you smell him out by that?
That's as much to say as the sweet youths in love.
The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Yea, or to paint himself, for the which I hear what they say of him.
Nay, but his jesting spirit, which is now crept into a lute string and now governed by stops.
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love.
Hey, but I I know who loves him.
That I would know too. I warrant one that knows him not.
Yes, and his ill conditions and in despite of all dies for him.
She shall be buried with her face upwards.
Yeah, this is no charm for the toothache. Old Signora, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
In my life to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by this played their parts of Beatrice, and the 2 bears will not bite one another when they meet.
Mother and brother got to you.
The Taming brother.
If it is your servant, I will speak with you.
In private.
If it please you, then kept out of me here for what I would speak of concerning me.
What's the matter?
Mean your lordship who married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that, but he knows I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I live not. Let that appear hereafter, and he murdered me by that I know will manifest. For my brother, I think he holds you well, and the dearness of heart hath halted into effect your ensuing marriage. Surely she deals fit and never illness good.
Why? What's the matter?
I consider to tell you, and circumstances shortened, for she has been too long to talk about the lady is good.
Who? Hero?
Even she, me not is here. You're here, even is here.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to think out of wickedness. I could say she were worse, think you of a worse title, and I will fit it to her. One knot and feather wand. Go but with me tonight, you shall see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her, then tomorrow wed her. But if it would fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. If you will follow me, I will show you enough. And when you have seen more and heard more, proceed.
If I see anything tonight, why I should not marry her. Tomorrow in the congregation where I should wed, there will I shame her.
And as I wooed for thee to obtain her, I will join thee with thee to disgrace her.
I will disparage you no further till you are my witnesses. Bear I cold thee but till midnight, and let the issue show itself.
O day untowardly termed.
Mischief strangely thwarted.
So plague, well prevented. So will you say when you have seen this evil.
Are you a good man and true?
Yeah.
Go for it.
No.
Yea, or else it were pity, but they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for them if they should have any allegiance to them being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who think you the most desertless man to be constable?
Hugh Oatcake, sir, or George Seacole, for they can read and write.
Come hither, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is a gift of fortune, but to write and read comes by nature.
Well, good, Master Constable.
You have. I knew it would be your answer. Well, for your favor, sir, why, give God thanks and make no boast of it. For your writing and reading, let that appear when there was no need of such vanity. You thought that here had been the most senseless and fit man for the constable of the watch. Therefore bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrant men, and you are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if he will not stand?
Why then make no note of him, but let him go. And presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
You don't understand what he's been. He is numbered with his subjects.
True. They are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall also make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and to talk is most honorable and to not be endured.
Rather sleep than talk. We know it belongs to a watch.
Why, you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only have a care that your bills be not stolen. Well, you were to call at all the alehouses and bid those that are drunk get them to bed.
How could he not?
Why then let them alone till they are sober. And if they make you not then the better answer, you may say that they are not men you took them for.
Listen.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. And for such kind men, the less of you meddle and make with them, why, the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office you may, but I think they that touch pitch shall be defiled. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself that what he is, and steal out of your company.
You've been always called merciful.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man who has any honesty in him.
If you have a hero child for the night, you must call to the nurse if there is still.
Nothing like this is more here.
Why then depart in peace and let the child wake her with crying. For the ewe that will not hear her lamb when it bears will never enter calf when he bleats.
Tis very true.
This is the end of the charge. You, constable, are to present the prince's own person. If you meet the prince in the night, you may stay him.
Nay, little lady, that I think I can.
5 shillings to 1 on it. With any man that knows the statutes, he may stay him. Marry not without the prince be willing, for indeed the watch ought to offend no man, for in this event to stay a man against his will.
Little lady, I think you so.
Well, masters, good night. And there be any matter of weight chances, call it me. Keep your fellows' counsels on your own, and good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let's go sit here upon church bench till 2, and then I'll bed.
One word more, honest neighbors. I pray you, watch about Senor Leonardo's door. For the wedding being there tomorrow, there is a great coil tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant. I beseech you.
Look, all right.
Uh,
All right, I say.
Here, man, I am at thy elbow.
Yes, in my elbow is sometimes there was a scaffold.
I will owe thee an answer for that, and now forward with thy tale.
Stand thee close then under the penthouse, for it drizzles rain, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee.
some trees and masters yet stand close.
Therefore know I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
Is it possible that any villainy should be so dear?
I should rather ask if possible any villainy should be so rich, for rich villains have these poor ones will make price of veil.
I wonder at
That
it.
shows thou art unconfirmed and uncircumcised. Thou knowest that the fashion of a doublet or a hat or a cloak is nothing to a man.
Yes, it is apparel.
You're in the fashion.
Yes, the fashion is the fashion.
Tush! I weigh as well. To the fools of fools, and seest thou not what a deformed thief this fashion is?
I know the form has been a vile thief this 7 year. It goes up and down, gentlemen. I remember his name.
Dost thou not hear Sabat?
No, it was the vein on the house.
Seest thou not, I say, what a deformed thief this fashion is? How giddily it turns about all the hot bloods between 14 and 5 and 30, sometimes fashioning them like Pharaoh's soldiers in the Ricci painting, sometimes like God's bells, pirate priests in the old church window, sometimes like the shaven Hercules in the smirched worm-eaten tapestry where his codpiece seems as massive as his club.
All this I see, and I see that the fashion wears out more apparel than the man. But art not thou thyself giddy with the fashion too, that thou hast shifted out of thy tale into telling me of the fashion?
Not so neither, but know that I have tonight wooed Margaret, the lady hero's young woman by the name of Hero. She leads me out her mistress' chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell the tale vilely. I should first tell thee how the Prince Claudio and my master planted and placed and possessed, and my master Don John saw afar off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And they thought Margaret was Hero?
No. Oh wait, yes, 2 of them did. The Prince of Claudio, the devil my master knew she was Margaret, and partly by his oaths which first possessed them, partly by the dark night which did deceive him, but chiefly by my ability to confirm any slander that Don John made. Away went Claudio enraged, swore he would meet her as he was appointed next morning at the temple, and there before the whole congregation, shame her with what he saw our night, and send her home again without a husband.
Who charge you in the prince's name stand?
That's right, Mr. Constable. We have here discovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that has ever known the Commonwealth.
The one deformed is one of them. I know him. He wears a lock.
Masters!
You'll be made to bring the court before the word is.
Masters!
Never speak, we charge you. Let us go with us.
We are like to prove good the commodity be taken up these men's
The
bills.
commodity in question I warrant you, come will obey
Okay.
you. Good Ursula, wake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise,
I will be.
and bid her come hither.
Well,
Trust, I think your other rebuttal were better.
No, pray thee, good Meg, I'll write this.
By my troth, it's not so good. I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
I like the new tire within excellently if the hair were a thought browner, and your gown's a most rare fraction of faith. I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown that day, pray so.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
By my troth, it's but a nightgown of respect, yours. Cloth of golden cuts and lace with silver set with pearls down the sleeves, side sleeves and skirts round underborne with a bluish tinsel, but for a fine, quaint, graceful, and excellent fashion, yours is worth 10 on it.
Oh, God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceeding heavy.
'Twill be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Lie upon me, art not ashamed.
Of what, lady? Of speaking honorably? Is not marriage honorable in a beggar? Is not your lord honorable without marriage? I think you would have had me say, saving your reverence a husband, a bad thinking do not rest true speaking. I'll offend nobody. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None, I think, and it be the right husband and the right wife. Otherwise, 'tis light and not heavy. Ask my lady Beatrice, here she comes.
Good morrow, cuz.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now? Do you speak in the sick tune?
I'm out of all other tune, methinks.
Claps and, That's the light of love. Just without a burden, be singing and I'll dance it.
You light a love with your heels, and if your husband have stables enough, you'll see he shall lack no barns.
Oh, illegitimate construction. I scorned that with my heels.
It is almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am exceeding ill. Hey ho.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband.
For the letter that begins them all, H.
Well, and you be not turned a Turk, though we not sailing by the star.
Who needs the fool trow?
Nothing I, but God send everyone their heart's desires. These gloves the Count sent me, they are an excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
I'm made and stuffed. There's a goodly catching of coals.
Oh, God help me. God help me. How long have you professed apprehension?
Ever since you left it, doth not my wit become me rarely.
It is not seen enough. You should wear it in your cap. By my troth, I am sick.
Get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus and lay it to your heart. 'Tis the only thing for a qualm. There thou prickst her with a thistle.
Benedictus? Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus.
Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think, perchance, that I think you are in love. Now, by Our Lady, I am not such a fool as to think what I list, nor I list not what I think, what I can, nor indeed I cannot think. If you would think my heart be out of thinking that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. Yet Benedict was such another, and now he has become a man. He swore he would never marry, and yet now, in despite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging, and how you may be converted, I know not, but the face you look with your eyes as other women's do.
What paces is that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallop.
Madam, withdraw. The Prince, Count, Senior Benedict, John, and all the gallants of town are come to fetch you to church.
Help me to dress, good cuz, good May, good Ursula.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Let me plug this in. Oh,
Please, I pray you, for you see it is a busy time with me.
Yes, it is in truth, sir.
This is my good friend.
Sir speaks a little off the matter, and old man, sir, and his words are not so blunt, is not how I would desire to be more. He honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I thank God I am as honest as any man living. That is an old man, and no honester than I.
Parents of their ogres, robbers, neighbors.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so, your fortunes, officers, but surely with my own heart, if I were as deep as a king, I would fight in my arm to restore all your worship.
Oh, but you did this on me, huh?
Yea, and 'twere 1,000 pounds more than 'tis, for I hear as good an exclamation of your worship as any man in the city, and though I be no poor man, I am glad to hear it.
And so am I.
I would fain know what do you have to say?
Mary, sir, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's present, have taken a couple of as errant knaves as any in Messina.
A good old man, sir, you will be talking, as they say, when the age is in, the wit is out. God help us, it is a world to see. Well said, faith, neighbor, virtuous, well, God's a good man, and 2 men ride of a horse, one must ride behind. An honest soul of faith, sir, by my troth he is, as ever broke bread, but God is to be worshipped. All men are not alike, alas, good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes too short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
That must be you.
One word, sir. Our watch, sir, have indeed comprehended 2 suspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take the examination yourself and bring it me. I am now in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
Shall be sufficient.
Drink some wine, or you go. Fare you well.
My lord, they say for you to give your daughter to her husband.
I'll wait upon them. I am ready.
Oh, good partner, it's a sequel break. Bid him bring his pen, and according to the jail, we are now to examinations.
and we must do it wisely.
We will spare for no wit, I warn you. Here's that shall drive some of them to a non-come, only get the writer to set down our excommunication and meet me at the jail.
Act 4. Come, Friar Francis, be brief. Only to the plain form of marriage, and you shall recount their particular duties afterward. To be married to her, Friar. You come to marry her.
Then you come hither to be married to this count. If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, I charge you and your souls to utter it.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, Count?
Let Jamaica's answer none.
Oh, what men dare do, what men may do, what men daily do, not knowing what they do.
I know, interjections. Why then some be of laughing as ha ha he. No?
Stanley by it, Friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
This really son has God to give her me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift.
Nothing unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold how like a maid she blushes here. Oh, what authority and show of truth can cunning sin cover itself withal? Comes not that blood as modest evidence to witness simple virtue? Would you not swear, all that you that see her, that she were made by these exterior shows? But she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, if you in your own proof have vanquished the resistance of her youth, and made defeat of her
I
virginity,
know what you would say if I had known her. You will say she did embrace me as husband, and so extenuate the beforehand sin. No, Leonardo, I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to his sister, showed bashful sincerity and comely love. That's insect.
Seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Oh, how be seeing, I will write against it. You seem to be as diamond in her orb, as chaste as is the bud ere be blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
It's my lord well that he did speak so wide.
Prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that have gone about to link my dear friend to a common
Are these
stale.
things spoken, or do I but dream?
Pure.
This looks not like natural.
True. Oh God.
Leonardo, stand right here. Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this face heroes? Our eyes are open.
Oh, this is so, but what of this, my lord?
Let me but move one question to your daughter, and by that fatherly and kindly power that you have, her bid her answer truly.
Charge do so as thou art, my child.
Oh God, defend me, how I am beset. What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer truly to your name.
Is it not hero? Who can blot that name with any just reproach?
Mary, that can hero. Hero itself can blot out hero's virtue. What man was he talked with you yesterday out at your widow betwixt 12 and 1? Now if you are maid, answer to this.
Talk with no man at that hour, my lord. Why then you are no maiden. Leonato, I am sorry you must hear. Upon my honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her, at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed, most like a liberal villain, confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
They're not to be named by the Lord, not to be spoken of. There's not actually enough in language for that offense to utter them. That's pretty lady, I'm sorry for that basic government.
Hero, what a hero hast thou been, that half thy outward graces have been placed about my thoughts and counsels of thy heart. Though fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Farewell, thou pure in piety and in pious purity. For thee I'll lock up all the gates of love, and on my eyelids shall conjecture hang, to turn all beauty into thoughts of harm, and never shall it more be gracious.
Let no man's dagger here point for me!
Why, how now, cousin? Wherefore sink you down?
Oh, that's good. You see, some that's right, some that's good.
I left the lady.
Dead, I think. Help, uncle. Hero, why hero? Uncle. Senor Benedict. Friar.
Oh, fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest comfort for a shame that may be wished for.
How now, cousin? Hero. Have comfort.
Dost thou look up? Yea, wherefore should she not? Wherefore? Why doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Could she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live here, do not ope thine eyes, for did I think thou wouldst not quickly die, thy spirit were stronger than thy shames, myself would on the reward of reproaches strike at thy life. Grieved I had but one, chid I for that cruel nature's frame. Oh, one too much by thee. Why had I won? Why ever wast thou lovely in my eyes? Why had I not with charitable hand took up a beggar's issue at my gates, who smirched thus and admired with infamy? I might have said, no part of it is mine. This shame derives itself of unknown loins. But mine and mine I loved, and mine I praised, and mine I was proud on. Mine so much that I myself was to myself not mine. Valuing of her, why she, oh she is fallen into a pit of ink, that the wide sea hath dropped too few to wash her clean again, and salt too little which may season give to her foul tainted flesh. Thirst to be patient for my part. I am so attired in wonder, I know not what to say.
Oh, my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although until last night I have this 12th month been her bedfellow.
Confirmed. Oh, that is stronger maid, which was before barred us with ribs of iron. Would the two princes lie, and Claudio lie, who loved her so that speaking of her foulness washed in with his tears, heads from her, let her die.
Hear me a little, for I've only been silent for so long and given way to this course of fortune by noting of a lady. I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face, 1,000 innocent shames, and angel whiteness beat away those blushes, and in her eye there that hath appeared a fire, to burn the errors that these princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool, 'twas not my reading or my observations which with experimental seal doth warrant the tenor of my book. Trust not my age, my reverence, calling, nor divinity of the sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some biting error.
I cannot agree. Thou seest that all the grace that she hath left is that she will not add to her damnation a sin of perjury. She not denies it. Why seekst thou to cover with excuse that which appears in proper nakedness?
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that to accuse me. I know none. If I know more than of any man alive, and that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. Oh, my father, prove you that any man with me conversed at hours unmeet, or that I yesternight maintained the charge of words with any creature, refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprison in the princes.
Two of them have had the very bent of honor, and if the wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives in John the Bastard, whose spirits toil in frame of villainies. I know not. If they speak the truth of her, these hands shall tear her. If they wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall so well hear of it. Time hath not yet so dried this blood of mine, nor age so eat up my invention, nor fortune made such havoc of my means, nor my bad life wrapped me so much of friends, but they shall find awakened in such a kind both strength of limb and policy of mind, ability and means, and choice of friends to quit me from them thoroughly.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here the prince is left for dead, and let her a while to be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation in your family's old monument. Hang mournful epitaphs, do all rites to appertain unto a burial.
What shall become of this? What will this do?
Marry, this well carried shall on her behalf change the slander to remorse. That is some good. But not for that dream I on this strange course, but on this travail look for a greater birth. She dying, as it must be so maintained, upon the instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. For so it falls out that what we have we prize not for the worth whilst we enjoy it, but being lacked and lost. Why then we rack the value, and we find the value that this possession would not show us while it was ours. So it will fare with Claudio. When he shall hear she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination, and every lovely organ of her life shall come unparalleled and more precious habit, more moving, delicate, and full of life into the eye and prospect of his soul than when she lived indeed. Then shall he mourn, if ever love had interest in his liver, and wish he had not so accused her. No, though he thought his accusation true. Let this be so, and doubt not but success will fashion the event in a better shape than I can lay it in likelihood. But if all aim but this be levelled false, the supposition of the lady's death will quench the wonder of her infamy. And if it sort not well, you may conceal her as best befits her wounded reputation in some reclusive or religious life, out of eyes, tongues, minds, and injuries.
Signor Leonardo, let the friar advise you, and though you know my inwardness and love is very much with the prince and Claudio, if by my honor I will deal in this as secretly and justly as your soul should with your body, being that I flow in grief the fullest, the smallest twine may leave me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away, for to strange sores strangely they strain the cure. Come, lady, die to live. This wedding day perhaps is but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wrong.
Ah, how much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
If you love nothing in the world so well as you, it's not that strange.
As strange as the thing I know not. And were it possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you, but believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
Not my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest I love thee.
Why then God forgive me.
What offends you, Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved
I
you.
do it with all my heart.
I love you so much with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
How did we do anything for thee?
Kill Claudio.
Huh, not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Very sweet, Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There's no love in you. Nay, I pray you let me go.
Beatrice,
In faith, I will go.
we'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio that enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of a villain that have slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man. What, bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. Oh God, that I were a man. I would eat his heart in a marketplace.
Beatrice.
Talk with a man out a window, a proper saying.
Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wrong, she is slandered, she is undone. Princes and counties, surely a princely testimony, a goodly count. Count Comfort, a sweet gallant, surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had any friend who would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into curtsies, valor into compliment, and men early turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as a Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Very good, Beatrice. By this hand, I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
You in your soul that Count Claudio the wrong hero.
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough, I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand, and so I leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead, and so farewell.
Is our whole assembly appeared?
Oh, a stool and a cushion for the sexton.
Which be the malefactors?
There that I am, and am I and my partner.
Lost.
That's certain. We had the exhibition to examine.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined? Let them come before the master constable.
Yea, Mary, let them come before me. What is your name, friend?
Royal Shrew.
Write down Horatio, yours, sir.
I'm a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Write down Master Gentleman Conrad. Master's you, sir, God.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Write down the name of your son. God, right, God, first we God defend, but God should go before said Philip. Masters, is it proved already that you are a little better than false knaves, and it will go to be thought so shortly? How answer you for yourselves?
Mary, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelous little fellow, I assure you, but I will go about with him. Come you hither, sir, a word in your ear, sir. I say to you, it is a fault you are a false knave.
Sir, I say to you, we are not.
Well, stand aside, for God, they are both in a tale. Have you writ down that they are none?
Master constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Yea, Mary, let the F this way. Let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you in the prince's name, accuse these men.
The Prince Enter, the God John, Prince Brother's villain.
Write down Prince John is a villain. Why, this is flat perjury to call Prince's brother villain.
That's right.
Pray thee, fellow peace, I do not like that little prophecy.
What heard you him say else?
Mary, they have received a thousand dollars to Don John for accusing the lady
Flat burglary is ever was committed.
Yea, by the math it is.
What else, fellow?
Count Claudio to beat upon his words to disgrace hero before the whole assembly and not marry her.
Oh, villain, thou wilt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
This is it.
Yes, sir.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. The Prince John is mourning, is secretly stolen away. Hero is in this manner accused, in this very manner refused upon the grief of this suddenly died. Master constable, let these men be bound and brought to Leonardo's. I will go before and show him to their examination.
Don't let them be opinion.
Let them be in the hands.
Cock's go.
Guardsman, where's the sexton? Let him write down the prince's officer Coxcomb. Come by them, thou naughty monarch.
Away, you are ass, you are
I
ass.
suspect my place, does I not suspect my years?
Yes.
Oh, that he were here to write me down as an ass.
Yes.
But master, you know that I am an ass.
Yes.
Ass.
So please not be written down yet, forget not that I am an ass.
Ass.
No, thou villain, thou art full of piety, as shall be proved upon thee by good witness.
Yes.
I didn't
Sorry.
I know, which is more an officer, which is more a householder, which is more a piece of flesh,
Yeah. Oh.
and he is missing.
Massy.
But there's the law go to, and a rich fellow and go to, and a fellow that had losses, and one that had 2 gowns, and everything had some about him. Bring him away. Oh, that I had been down an ass.
Ass. If you go on thus, you will kill yourself, and 'tis not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
I pray thee cease thy counsel, which falls upon mine ears as profitless as water in the sieve. Give me not thy counsel, nor let no comfort in the light of mine ear, but such a one who whose wrongs do sweet with mine. Bring me a father that so loved his child, whose joy of her is overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak of patience. Measure his woe the length and breadth of mine, and let it answer every strain for strain, as thus for thus, and such a grief for such, in every limb and branch, shape, and form. If such a one will smile and stroke his beard, bid sorrow wag, cry hen when he should groan, attach grief with problems, make with fortune drunk with canker wasters, bringing it to me, and I with him gather patience. But there is no such man, for brother men can counsel and speak comfort to that grief, which they themselves not feel, but tasting it, their counsel turns their passion to each form reciprocal something, medicine to rage, fetter strong madness, and a silken thread, sharp ache with air and agony with words. No, 'tis all men's office to speak patience to those who that ring under the load of sorrow, but no man's virtues nor sufficiency to be so moral when he shall enjoy the like himself. Therefore give me no counsel, my griefs cry louder than advertisement.
Therein do men from children nothing differ.
I pay the peace. I will be flesh and blood, for there was never yet philosopher that could endure the toothache patiently. However, they have written style of gods and made a fit of pish at chance and sufferance.
Yet bend not all the harm upon yourself. Make those that do offend you suffer too.
There thou speaks reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me hero is belied, and that shall Claudio know, so shall the prince, and all of them that doth dishonor her.
Here comes the prince and Claudio hastily.
Good day, sweet day.
Good day to both of you.
Here are you, my lord.
We have some haste, Leonardo.
Some haste, my lord. Yeah, well, fare you well, my lord. Are you so hasty now? Well, all is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with this good old man.
If he could write himself a pearl, like some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him?
Mary, thou dost wrong me, that dissembler thou. Nay, never lay thy hand upon thy sword. I fear thee not.
Mary, beshrew my hand if it should give your age such cause of fear. In faith, my hand meant nothing to my sword.
Tush, tush, man.
Does she?
Tush, tush, man, never fear and jest at me. I speak not like a dotard nor a fool, as under privilege of age to brag what I have done being young, or what would do were I not old. No, Claudio, to thy head thou hast so wronged my innocent child as me, that I am forced to lay my reverence by, and with gray hairs and bruise of many days, to challenge thee to trial of a man. I say thou hast belied my innocent child, thy slander hath gone through and through her heart, and she lies buried with her ancestors. Oh, in a tomb where never scandal slept, save this of hers, framed by thy villainy. Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
You say not right, old man.
My lord, I'll prove it on this body if you dare, despite his nice fence and his active practice, his May of youth and bloom of lustihood.
Away, I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so doff me? Thou hast killed my child. If thou killest me, boy, then thou shalt kill a man.
He shall kill two of us, a man indeed, but that's no matter. Let him kill one first. Win me and wear me. Let him answer me. Come, follow me, boy. Come, sir boy. Come, follow me, sir boy. I'll whip you from your foining fence. Nay, I'm a gentleman, I will.
Brother,
Content yourself. God knows I love my niece, and she is dead, slandered to death by villains that dare as well answer a man indeed as I dare take a serpent by the tongue. Boys, apes, braggarts, jacks, milksops.
brother Anthony.
Hold you content! What man? I know them, yea, and what they weigh even to the utmost scruple. Scambling, outfacing, fashion-monging boys that lie and cog and flout, and deprave and slander, go antically, show outward hideousness, and speak off half a dozen dangerous swords, how they might hurt their enemies if they durst. And this is all.
The brother.
Come, 'tis no matter. Do not you meddle, let me deal in this.
Gentlemen both, we will not wait for patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true, and very full of proof.
Lord.
I will not hear you.
No, come, brother, away. I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
See, here comes the man we went to seek.
Now, Senor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, Senor. You are almost come to part, almost a fray.
We had like to have had our two noses snapped off with two old men without teeth.
Leonardo and his brother, what thinkst thou? Had we fought, no doubt we should have been too young for them.
False quarrel, there's no true valor. I came to seek you both.
We've been up and down to seek thee, for we are high-proof melancholy and would fain have it beaten away. But dost use thy wit?
This is my scabbard. Shall I draw it?
So where is thy wit by their side?
Never any did so, though very many have been beside their wit. I will bid thee draw as we do. The minstrels draw to pleasure us.
I am an honest man. He looks pale. Art thou sick or angry?
What courage, man! What though care kill the cat? Thou hast mettle enough in thee to kill care.
I shall meet your wit in the career and you charge it against me. I pray you choose another subject.
Nay, then give him another staff. This last was broke across.
By this life he changes more and more. I think he be angry indeed.
If he be, he knows how to turn his girdle.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Let me hear from you.
Well, I will meet you, so I may have good cheer.
What, a feast? A feast?
Faith, I thank him. He hath bid me to a calf's head and a capon, which if I do not carve most curiously, save my knife's not. Shall I not find a woodcock too?
So your wit and well, it goes easily.
I'll tell thee how Beatrice praised thy wit the other day. I said thou hadst a fine wit. True, said she, a fine little one. No, I said, a great wit. Right, said she, a great gross one. Nay, I say, a good wit. Just, said she, it hurts nobody. Nay, said I, the gentleman is wise. Certain, said he, a wise gentleman. Nay, said I, he hath the tongues. That I believe, said she, for he has swore the thing to me on Monday night, which he forswore on Tuesday morning. There's a double tongue, there's two tongues. Thus did she an hour together transshape thy particular virtue. Yet at last she concluded with a sigh, thou wast the properest man in Italy.
For the which she wept heartily and said she cared not.
Yea, that she did, but yet for all of that, if she did not hate him deadly, she would love him dearly. The old man's daughter told us all.
All, and moreover, God saw him when he was hid in the garden.
But when shall we set the savage bull's horn on the sensible Benedict's head?
Yea, in text underneath, here dwells Benedict, the married man.
Very well, boy, you know my mind. I will leave you now to your gossip like humor. You break jests as braggarts through their blades, which God be thanked hurt not. My lord, for your many courtesies I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother the bastard is fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady, and my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him.
He's in earnest.
In most profound earnest, and I'll warrant you for the love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee?
Most sincerely.
What a pretty thing man is when he goes in his doublet and hose and leaves off his wit.
He is then a giant to an ape, but then is an ape a doctor to such a man.
Stop you, let me be. Pluck up my heart and be sad. Did he not say my brother was fled?
Come you, sir, if justice cannot tame you, she shall ne'er weigh more reasons in her balance. Nay, and you be a cursing hypocrite once you must be looked to.
Oh, now, two of my men's brothers bound, Borachio one.
Hearken after their offense, my lord.
Officers, what offense have these men done?
Very, sir, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanders. Sixth, and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying apes.
First, I ask thee what they have done. Thirdly, I ask thee what's their offense. Sixth, and lastly, why they are committed, and to conclude what you lay to their charge.
Rightly reasoned in his own division, and by my charters one meaning not suited.
Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, let me go no further to mine answer. Do you hear me, and let this count kill me? I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow ghouls have brought to light. When the night o'erheard me confessing to this man how Don John, your brother, had incensed me to slander the lady Hero. How you were brought into the orchard and saw me court Margaret in Hero's garments. How you disgraced her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, which I had rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. The lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusation. And briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs not the speech like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison whiles he uttered it.
But did my brother set thee onto this?
Yea, and pay me richly for the practice of
He
it.
is composed and framed of treachery, and fled is he upon villainy.
Sweet here another image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved at first. Come, bring away the plaintiffs. By this time our sexton hath reformed Signor Leonato of the matter, and masters, do not forget to specify the matter when time and place shall serve, that I am an ass.
Yes.
Here comes Master St. Leonato and Sexton too.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, that when I note another man like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you would know you're stronger, look on me.
The slave that with thy breath hath killed my innocent child.
Yea, even I alone.
Not so, villain. Thou relax thyself. You stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled and had a hand in it. I thank you, princess, for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds. Was bravely done, if you think of it.
Patience. You must speak. Choose your revenge yourself, impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaking.
Neither my soul nor I, and yet to satisfy this good old man, I would bend under any heaven weight that he'll enjoin me to.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live, that were impossible, but I pray you both possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died, and if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang her an epitaph above her tomb, and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight, tomorrow morning, come you to my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost a copy of my child instead, and she alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Oh, noble sir,
Your overkindness doth bring tears from me. I do embrace your offer and dispose for henceforth of poor Claudio.
Tomorrow then I will expect your coming. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty man shall face be brought to Margaret, who I believe was cracked in all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul she was not, nor knew what she did when she spoke to me, but always hath been just and virtuous in anything that I do know by her.
Moreover, sir, which indeed is not under white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me an ass.
Yes.
I beseech you, let it be remembered in his punishment. And also, the watch heard them talk of one deformed. They say he wears a key in his ear and a locking device and borrows money in that same, which he hath used so long and never paid that now men grow hard-hearted and will lend nothing for God's sake. Pray you examine.
I thank you for the care of God's praise.
Your worship speaks like a most insolent reverend youth, and I praise God for
This for
you. God save the foundation.
so go, I discharge the other prisoner, and I thank thee.
I leave an errant name with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct yourself for the examples of others. God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. God restore you to your health. I humbly give you leave to depart, and if a very meeting may be wished, God prohibit it. Come, neighbor.
Until tomorrow morning, Lords, farewell.
Farewell, my lords, we look for you tomorrow.
You will not fail.
Tonight I'm one of you.
Bring you these fellows on. We'll talk with Margaret how her acquaintance grew with these new fellows. Pray thee, sweet Mistress Margaret, deserve well at my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you then write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
So high style, Margaret, no man learning shall come over it, for in most comely truth thou deservest it.
Have no men come all over me?
Nope.
Why shall I?
Thy wit is as quick as the greyhound's mouth, which catches.
And yours is blunt as the fencer's spoils, which hit but hurt not.
Most manly wit, Margaret. I will not hurt a woman, and so I pray thee call Beatrice. I give the bucklers.
Give us the swords, we have bucklers of our own.
Oh, if you use them, Margaret, you must put in the pikes with a vice, and they are dangerous weapons for maidens.
Well, I'll call Beatrice to you, who I think has some legs.
And therefore, oh God, you got a to love and knows me, how beautiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving, the end of the god, the good swimmer, Troilus, the first employer of Panders, and a whole book full of these quondam carpetmongers whose name yet runs smoothly in the even road blank verse. Why, they were never so truly turned over and over as my poor self in love. Where I cannot show it in rhyme. I have tried. I can find out no rhyme to lady, but baby, innocent rhyme. For scorn, born, a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, senor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken, fare you well now. And yet, ere I go, let me go with what I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frighted the word out of his right sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. And I pray thee now tell me, for which of my bad parts dost thou first fall in love with me?
For them all together, which maintains so politic a state of people that will not admit any good part to intermingle with them. For which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think, alas, poor heart, if you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to move peaceably.
It appears not in this confession. There's not one wise man among 20 that will praise himself.
An old instance, Beatrice that lived in the time of good neighbors. If a man do not erect in his age his own tomb ere he dies, he shall live no longer in a monument than a bell rings and a widow weeps.
How long is that, think you?
Question. Why, an hour in clamor and in quarter of room. Therefore, it is most expedient for the wise, if Don Worm, his conscience find no impediment to the contrary, to be the trumpet of his own virtues as I am to myself. So much for praising myself, who I myself will bear witness is praiseworthy. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Sir God, love me and men. There will I leave you two, for here comes one in haste.
Yeah, and come to your uncle yonder's old court home. It is proved my lady Hera hath been falsely accused of Prince Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, senor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes, and moreover I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Is this the monument of the done to death by slanderous tongues was the hero that here lies. Death in the guerdon of the wrongs.
Ass.
Gives her fame of murder dies to the life that died with shame. Lives in death with glory slain. He bound there upon him. praising her with what I am. No. Now music, sound, and sing your song.
Pardon, goddess of the night, Good morrow, masters. Put your torches out. The wolves have preyed, and look, the gentle day before the wheels of Phoebus round about dapples of the drowsy heat with spots of gray. Thanks to all you, and leave us very well.
Good morrow, masters, each a several way.
Come, let us hence and put on other weeds, and then to Leonato's where we goes. And Hymen now.
Hymen.
Hymen now.
Ass.
What's your issues in this for whom we rendered up this world?
All right, last team.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the air that you heard debated, but Margaret was in some fault for this, although against her will, as it appears that the true course of all the question.
Well, I'm glad that all things went so well.
And so am I, being thus by faith enforced to call you Claudio to a reckoning for it. Well, daughter, and you gentlewomen, all withdraw into a chamber by yourselves, and when I send for you, come hither, masked. The prince of Claudio promised by this hour to visit me. You, your office brother, you must be father to your brother's daughter, and give her to young Claudio.
Which
Friar, I want to treat your hands,
To do what, senor?
to bind me or undo me, one of them. Signor Leonato, the truth it is, good signor, your niece regards me with eye favor. That I, my daughter, led her, 'tis most true, and I do what I will requite her. The second, I think you had from me, from Claudio and the prince, but what's your will? Your answer, sir, is enigmatical, but for my will is your good will. May stand with ours this day to be conjoined in the state of honorable marriage, in which, good friar, I shall desire your help. My heart is with your liking.
And I helped. Here comes the prince and Claudio. Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind for she and
Call her forth, brother. Here's the friar. Ready?
Good morrow, Benedict. Why, what's the matter that you have such a February face so full of frost and storm and cloudiness?
I think you drinks upon savage gold. Hush. Fear not, man, we'll tip thy horns with gold, and all Europa shall rejoice at thee, as once Europa did at lusty Jove, when he would play the noble feast of love.
Well, Jove, sir, had an amiable low, and such strange bull leaped your father's cow, and got a calf in that same noble fear, much like to you, and you have just as late.
For this I leave, here comes other reckonings. Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she, and I will give you her.
Why then she's mine, sweet, let me see her face.
No, that you shall not, to you, but take her hand before this friar, and swear to bury her.
Give me your hand before the holy friar, and your husband if you like it.
And when I lived, I was your other wife, and when you loved, you were my husband.
Another hero.
Nothing certain. One hero died defiled, but I do live as surely as I live. I am a maid. The former hero that is
He
dead.
died, my lord, but well, sir, time to live.
All this amazement I can qualify that after the holy rites were ended, I'll tell you largely a fair hero's death. Meantime, let wanderers seem familiar, and to the chapel let us presently.
Soft there, friar, which is Beatrice.
I answer to that name. What is your
You
will?
love me.
No, I know, no more than reason.
Why, then your uncle and the prince and Claudio have been deceived. This one you did.
Do you know you love me?
Truth, no more than reason.
Why, then my cousin Margaret and Ursula are much to see, for they did swear you did.
They swore that you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were almost well-nigh dead for me.
There's no such matter, then you do not love me.
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I am sure you love me, Lord.
No, he swore upon that he loves her, for here's a paper written in his hand, the halting sonnet of his own quivering passionate future.
And here's another written in my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedict.
Miracle! Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have you. By this light I take thee for pity.
I will not deny you, but by this good day I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in consumption.
Peace, I was talking about.
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I tell thee what, Prince, a college of wit crackers cannot flout me out of my humor. Dost thou think I care for satire or an epigram? No. If man will be beaten with brains, that shall wear nothing handsome about him. In brief, since I do propose to marry, I will think nothing of any purpose that the world can say against it. And therefore, never flout at me for what I have said against it, for man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. For thy part, Claudio, I did think to have beaten thee, but in that thou art like to be my kinsman, live unbruised, and love my cousin.
I well hope thou wouldst have denied Beatrice that I might have cudgeled thee out of thy single life to make thee a double dealer, which out of question not will be, if my cousin do not look exceedingly narrowly to thee.
Come, your friends, let's have a dance and we are married, that we may lighten our own hearts and our wives' heathens. We'll have dancing afterward. First of my word, therefore play music, prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife, and there's a staff more reverend than the tip of a horn.
My lord, your brother John is taken in flight and brought with armed men back to Messina.
I don't give a fuck. Thinking not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise the great punishments and strike our vipers.
So